welcome to One Nation of Sports Locker Magazine Extra, and I am excited for tonight. We've got a great program lined up for you, and I'm not even going to waste time. I'm going to go ahead and bring that guy from the mountains of Colorado, my son-in-law, Jay Gill. Let's bring him on in. What is going on, Jay? Boom.
Oh, nothing much. How are you, Dad?
I'm good. Hey, it looked like you were getting ready to yell, "School!"
Goal! Come
Yeah.
on, baby.
All right.
Come on.
Are you ready?
Dude, I am super ready. I am so excited because tonight we have one of our community's former players coming back onto the show to update us on how competition has been at the collegiate level. We have former star We have the former star soccer player for the Jefferson City Jays, current Columbia College standout. I loved how you had that on the slide, so I added it in.
Hey,
Mr.
I didn't
Ethan
even
Blake.
I didn't even talk to you, and there you go. Look at that.
I know, I loved it. Mr. Ethan Blake is on the show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Ethan is wrapping up his first year at Columbia College. Well, he wrapped it up actually about a month ago, and that's where he also played on the soccer team as a freshman. Ethan played in 21 games this past year. He would go on to score 4 goals and 8 points. And then he also earned the American Midwest Conference Freshman of the Year award. Ethan is only the seventh Cougar in school history to earn that award.
That's
So we're
awesome.
excited to bring. Oh yeah, we are so excited to bring Ethan on the show tonight, so he can catch us up from his perspective how his first year at college went. So, Dad, let's bring on the legend, Mr. Ethan Blake.
The legend. Here we go. Ethan, how's it feel to be a legend? Welcome.
uh,
Hey, it's good to have you on, man.
yeah, good to be here.
Yeah. As we were speaking before the program, if it looks familiar to anybody, the background behind you, that happens to be Coach Scott Blake, your dad's office. And there it is. Coach Blake chiming in already. That's my boy. And then Jamie,
Whoa!
look at Jamie Coates saying legend! Exclamation point.
Legendary.
Like
Come
it.
on, folks.
Very good. All right. Hey, Jay, dig right in. We've got a lot of stuff we want to cover, and we're going to have lots of fun with this. So you go ahead.
Yeah, we're going to have a great time. You're, Ethan, not to say that it runs in the family, but it just runs in the family. Your dad, Scott, happens to be a legend himself,
That's right.
especially when he comes on the show. He brings so much energy. We have so much fun. So I knew he would be watching, and I thought I better step it up tonight.
Better
Otherwise, I
step it
know
up.
I'm going to get texts from
Yeah.
him like, "Hey, Tubby, you can do better than that. Come on, Tubso.
Hey, would that
Shave
be
that beard and let's go."
Jay? Would that be a text to Tubby,
That's good.
not
That's good. I like
Teletubby?
it.
Just in case
I
anybody
like it.
didn't
Oh
get
my
that
gosh.
bad joke,
Nope,
but
I
there we
did.
go.
I got it. I got. Good job, Dad. Okay.
Thanks.
Anyways, so Ethan, talk to me. Tell me about your first year at Columbia College and the experience that you had at the school.
Yeah, so it was good. My first year, we showed up around August 8th for preseason for the soccer team. And then once school started up, it was definitely a large learning curve. Courses are a lot harder. Balancing it between school and soccer was a lot more challenging. But all in all, it was a great experience, a lot of fun, and got to meet a lot of new people, which was a great time.
What was one of your hardest adjustments? Like, I obviously going from high school to college, there's a big difference. You brought up the academic side. I'm sure there's a big difference in the sports side. What was the biggest adjustment that you had to make?
I'd have to say the biggest adjustment. I'm gonna have to go back to just studying in general. So in
Yep.
high school, the coursework is a lot, not necessarily easy, especially if you because you make your schedule. But in college, it was a lot tougher. I had to put more hours in, especially with soccer. I had to find time in between classes to study and do things like that. And then I'd also say time management. Time management was a lot more important in college than it was in high school, and those were by far the two biggest adjustments I had.
Speaking of adjustments, what kind of pressures did you face moving into the college atmosphere, and how did you overcome those?
Ooh, so there's a lot of pressures. Obviously, one of the biggest pressures for me was, I guess, the partying scene. I'm not a partier, and I felt like it wasn't going to help me in any way in achieving the goals I had for myself. So that was one pressure I had to really, stay firm on and make sure that I was true to myself and didn't make any mistakes in that matter. And then I'd say another pressure was just doing well in college because college is it's expensive, it's money, and I felt like it was important for me to really give back because my parents are helping me pay for it. So if they're going to help me pay for it, I need to try my best to make their money worth something.
Well, speaking of that, helping pay, Scott, we're just going to put this plug in right now. Gas prices have increased, and we were just talking about that before the program. That
Through
you
the roof,
know
Scott.
there could always be some extra help with gas prices and traveling. So just throwing that out there real quick. We were thinking a second job, but then Ethan said, he's just going to tell me to get a second job. So we just nixed it, but we thought we'd throw it out there.
Oh, Ethan, speaking of your family, how important was it having their support, going through this transition and then having them relatively close to you? Well, how important was that?
That was actually very important for me. So originally, when I was looking for colleges, I didn't think it was that important. I kind of wanted to get away, kind of have my newfound freedom to myself. But as the semesters went on, I realized how important it was for me, just mentally and as well as just maintaining a healthy lifestyle because I was able to escape the college setting, go home whenever I needed to, as well as my parents always were at almost every game. So there was a friendly face in the crowd and it just gave me confidence on the field and confidence in the classroom.
I love that your mom and dad, were at almost every game, and I mean the other thing is they were at your sister's games too. So, I mean, wow. I mean that's a pretty busy schedule on top of the fact that your dad's coaching soccer here, both boys and girls. So they're pretty awesome. We're just gonna say it, Scott Blake, you and your wife, you guys are awesome. Ethan, why don't you tell us a little bit about your sister and how proud you are of her and her accomplishments?
Oh, I'm very proud of her, especially because she committed to Avila recently, and I'm just very proud of the growth she's made in her sport and just how she's grown as a person. It's cool to watch it. She's my little sister, so I'm very protective of her, and it's just been very cool to watch her go through a journey of high school and getting a college scholarship.
Okay, so Jay, I'm just spitballing here. Here comes another one.
Yeah,
Okay,
I love it.
so you're getting. I mean, you've been to college, for your first year. Your sister's getting ready to go to college. What kind of advice you got for her?
Whew. I'd say just be true to yourself. Don't change yourself for anybody. You when you get to college, a lot of new people. You want to make friends with a lot of people. You want to find your group. And I think the most important thing is to realize that you shouldn't sacrifice any of your values or anything you believe in to make more friends in college, which is I think a big mistake a lot of incoming freshmen make.
One more, and then I'm gonna let Jay take over. Sorry, Jay. I'm gonna let you take over.
I'm loving it. I'm loving
All
it.
right. So, how much more do you appreciate your mom, Jennifer, now that you've been off to college? And sometimes we can take moms for granted when we're there all the time. How much more do you appreciate the things that she's done for you?
Oh, I don't think I fully appreciate her as much as I have now. Like it's there's a big difference. She helped me a lot through college. She was always there if I needed someone to talk to. She would answer on the first ring. Heck, she drove down a couple times to come help me with things. Like I had some assignments that I needed looked over, and I had papers and things like that that she was always the first volunteer to help me with, and just her support meant a lot to me, and it allowed me to just feel comfortable in college and I don't know, just reach the goals I'm looking for.
Bottom line, he's saying, "I love you, Mama," and so that's awesome. That's awesome. So you've talked a lot about holding true to yourself, your values. Where it's profound to talk to someone to say that. So I'm just kind of curious, where did you pick that up from?
I'd have to say it's probably just faith based. I believe in my faith. I'm strong in my faith, and that's been a big thing for me that I wanted to maintain going into college. I didn't want to, slack on any of that aspect of my life, and with that comes a lot of those views that you just keep in general. But I think going into college, I also found a lot of values for myself that I wanted to keep to help me perform better in the classroom and on the soccer field.
Well, that's awesome, man. I appreciate you sharing that. So in college, we've gone way off script, but you're doing amazing. So you're just going to keep rocking it. In college, your first year, what was your favorite class? Your favorite subject?
So it was hard. It was a lot. It was very hard. But I'd have to say, it was probably my biology lab. This semester, biology 2 lab. It was quite a lot of fun. There's a lot of dissection to do and stuff, so it was kind of cool.
Dude, what's the best thing you dissected?
There
Now
you
you're
go.
talking my language.
The best
Oh my
thing,
goodness. Yeah.
oof, I'd have to say, a starfish. That was pretty cool.
Oh,
That is unique. I never got to do a starfish. In one of my AP biology classes, we did a turtle, and the turtle was the craziest thing that we had ever dissected, and it was just I still remember how all of the like the organs and how everything laid in there, and it was just like absolutely perfect, and it was just like, man, this is weird. So yeah, I never did a starfish. That's cool, man. That's
that's
real
Yeah.
awesome.
cool.
Very cool. What was the worst part about all that, Ethan?
About what? The dissecting?
Yeah. Anything
The
gross you out, or you
smell.
like the
The
smell?
smell.
Yes. Yes,
It
sir.
Smell.
smells terrible. Oh, it was
Yeah.
bad.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. That is one thing I remember. That was nasty. Okay, so my biology teacher, I don't know about you guys, but I don't know what the deal was with him. He had us memorize. I'm telling you, memorize 100 species of Kansas birds.
What?
As far as I was concerned, there was only one, and it was a jayhawk. So I don't know why we had to mess with all the other ones. we had
Oh
Um,
to
my
we had to
gosh.
memorize 100 species of birds.
how often has that become important to you, Dad, in your life?
Well, I can tell sometimes that it's a cardinal out front.
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Some of the things that you have teachers do, you're just like, I'm never going to use this again. I'm not going to be this professional aviary, bird watcher, but okay, whatever.
Now, Jay, I
That's
am
funny.
able to. I am able to, as I'm driving into town. There's this blue heron almost every single day. You can see him fly in one direction. I'm coming back home. He's flying back the other direction, and so I'm able to recognize him. Of course, I'm always able to lock in on the bald eagles, right? So,
That's right. Come
jump
on.
right on
Come
that
on.
one. But for the rest of them, useless knowledge.
Useless knowledge. That's funny. Well, Dad, next time I come in town, I'm definitely going to be quizzing you. Every bird I see, I'm going to be like, Dad, what is that?
You
What
know
is
what
that? I
you
just opened up a brand new way to annoy the poop out of you.
you know what I have seen more than
Welcome to.
anything? You know what I've seen more than anything since you left this last time? Slug bugs. I am seeing slug bugs everywhere. And when you were here and yelling those when I was driving, I couldn't find any. I'm seeing them everywhere now. I'm wanting to take photos and send them to you,
That's what.
and
Keep
have Katie
practicing.
just punch you.
Keep practicing. Keep your eyes peeled because Slug Bug Challenge is always alive.
All
Tell you
right.
what.
Well, enough about that. We're gonna jump into this question, one tease question about
Oh,
soccer before we move on into the next segment. So go ahead, Jay.
all right. So let's talk a little bit about soccer. What was um, what was this year like with soccer? Like one of the main differences between college and high school.
Whew. I'd have to say just the physical difference. Everyone is bigger, everyone's faster, everyone's stronger. That was the biggest difference for me. I felt like I was able to hold my own technically and just as a soccer player, but the biggest thing I had to adapt to and improve on was my body and how fit I was. And so I had to, take means in my own hands and really develop that. So I would, went out to Vigor Movement, which is an athletic training center in Columbia, get personal lessons from Stefan Allen. He helped me a lot. He, not necessarily got me like Buffy. I'm not a bodybuilder by any means, but he definitely helped fine tune my body to compete with the older guys and the stronger guys.
That's awesome.
That is great. We're not even going to talk about Jay and I. We'll just leave you about being the
Yeah,
absolute best physical specimen here on this program tonight. So we will just
absolutely he
move
is.
on from that. Now, if your dad was here, then there would be a little bit of a challenge. But he's not. So we're just going to have to move on. Hey, we've got our sponsor break, so let's go ahead and do that, and we'll be right back. This has been great stuff, Ethan. Good. Again, glad to have you on here with us tonight.
Not everybody is an 8 to 5 Monday through Friday type. At CNS, we have employment options for the way you want to work with our flexible scheduling program. Flexible scheduling is designed to fit your lifestyle and allows you to be in control of your schedule. CNS offers insurance plans upon employment. Celebrating 45 years of staffing, CNS Business Services.
Say yes to CNS.
All right, Jay Gill, you know what to do.
Oh yeah, CNS Business Services. They have been around for over 45 years. If you're talking about a company that is tried and true and proven themselves that they work, this is one of those companies. If you are looking for a job, if you are needing that flexible scheduling, they will work with you. They will get you aligned with the right company. Please partner up with CNS Business Services. They are an amazing company, and we love them so much. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. And speaking of, partnering with somebody, we do have a new sponsor to the program tonight, and it is the Missouri Army National Guard. And, on here, obviously, there is a soccer theme going on tonight. This was on the back cover of our May-June issue of Sports Locker magazine. And Missouri Army National Guard Sergeant Inus and his team at the recruiting office here in Jefferson City, they do a fantastic job lining up students to get prepared for the next phase in their lives, and just lots of great preparation in what they do, and they are really very, very knowledgeable and very trustworthy people. So if you have any questions, make sure that you contact them right here in Jefferson City, Missouri, and they'll get you set up, answer any questions that you may have. Again, it's our privilege to have them as a sponsor on the program. Our July-August issue of Sports Locker magazine is our patriotic issue, and we want to say to everybody that serves in the military, as well as officers and other people that are public servants, we just want to say thank you for everything that you do, and we appreciate the hard work that you put into our communities and protecting us. So there you go. I'm done with that. And Jay,
Amen.
kick it into the second one. All right.
All right. Now, Ethan, back to you, our star guest for tonight. So you talked a little bit about, the difference between high school and college with soccer, and the physical part of it. What's the difference in like the level of competition? Like when you walked onto that college field, were you just kind of blown away? Like, oh wow, there's a whole lot of Ethan Blakes out here. Like, how was it? Taking all of that in.
It was tough. You definitely lose a little bit of confidence stepping onto the field for the first time because, everybody's the best player from their high school. They're the best player from where they developed as a kid. So coming together to basically play against everybody who's the best in their area is very tough. Everybody, knows what they're doing per se, and it's very, very hard.
Yeah. Talk to me a little bit about how the season went on. I mean, you played 21 games. You did have you did amazing things on the field. You even had a really good accomplishment. So as the season went on, what kind of adjustment did you have to make? Like, was it a mental adjustment? I know you did the physical training. What kind of happened where everything just kind of started clicking for you?
I'd have to say there was a lot of adjustments I had to make. So first little bit for preseason, it was good. I thought I was playing pretty well, and then as season started to go, I started to realize that I was lacking in a few areas of my game. So I had to take steps on my own, which really just involved me training more. So I would stay an hour after practice and try to get to practice an hour early to do a couple things. Just putting in the extra so that way, not only was I showing the coaches that I was committed, but I was showing myself that I was committed and I was doing all that I possibly could to prove myself on the field. And then I'd also say a lot of mental things. I've uh, done a lot of meditating. I've had some affirmation and visualization work and things like that to really just keep my mind sharp so I'm ready to play.
That's great. You know, Ethan, when you're 56 years old, you find out there's a lot of things lacking in your game now. It just that's what happened. I mean, even the desire to go out and do anything. I'm just kidding. You just think, oh man, I used to be able to run like 15 steps. Now I don't do that anymore. No, that's great. I don't know if anybody noticed, but by the photo that showed you at the intro of the show, your legs are like huge, and that comes from constant running and running and running, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit
Man,
of natural stuff in there, I'd say.
yeah. You get that
Thanks to
from
the
your
family for those.
yeah,
Yeah,
you get
thanks to
that
the
from your
family for
dad.
those
Yeah.
genetics.
Awesome. Very good.
Oh, that's awesome. So tell us about some of the places that you traveled to, and what was your favorite experience?
I'd have to say so in college soccer, it would definitely be Alabama when we traveled down for nationals. I don't know if it was necessarily the location that was the best, but I think it was more of just the fact that we were at nationals. Like, going to nationals as a freshman and being on the traveling roster alone was big for me. It was a great experience and it was a lot of fun. And then, but in general in soccer, I'd have to say Orlando, Florida was by far one of my favorite places we went. A lot of beaches, a lot of fun things to do outside of soccer. So those are by far my top two places I've gone.
That's cool. So, like, when you travel to somewhere like Florida, obviously, I know you guys still have to train, you have to play games, but how much free time do you get? Do you get to go explore and have fun?
Well, the only time I ever went to Orlando, Florida, that was for club when I was playing for Gallagher before my freshman year of college. So there's more time to do your own thing because you're not in the coach's regimen. But when I got to college soccer, you didn't really get to do what you wanted all the time.
Yeah.
You had scheduled things, you had scheduled dinners, everything was on a schedule, so you kind of had to. Follow their plan. You can't really go off on your own too much.
Gotcha.
Well,
That makes sense.
well, speaking of club soccer, why don't you go ahead and share what you're doing now? I mean, I'm going off script again here.
Come
You're
on,
playing
man.
some soccer. You having to do again that you need that gas money to be able to get where you're going. But talk to us about what you're doing now.
Yeah, so I'm playing for a semi-pro team up in St. Louis. They compete in the NPSL. It's Club Athletico St. Louis. It's a great team, great program. We practice, during the week. So, like you said, I have to drive from Jeff City to St. Louis 2-3 times a week for training. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. We actually have a game this Wednesday, and so it's a whole other experience outside of college because this is everyone that I'm playing against are people who, want to play past college. Everybody's interested in, that journey to pro. So everyone's really committed and devoted to soccer, which is really cool.
So, what's your home field there in St. Louis when you play, and then how many games will you guys play this summer?
So I think we played a couple different places, but our home field is at Creve Coeur Soccer Complex in St. Louis. And then we play, I don't know how many. I think we play like 12 games, and then after that you have playoffs and everything. So they tried to squeeze 12 games into like a month and a half, which is pretty intense.
Yeah. Wow. Yikes. That's a lot of playing time. Well,
Yeah.
with all these different teams you're playing, are they from this area, or are you traveling around the country? What's that look like for you?
So yeah, we're going all over the place. We haven't done too much. We've only played a couple games, but we actually went down to Oklahoma this past weekend. Played Oklahoma City. We played them, and then we came back to and played a team in Tulsa. But yeah, we travel quite a bit. We have home games as well. But yeah, this league we're in, this conference it's definitely not just in Missouri. We got a lot of places to go.
Ethan, are there any guys that you played with from around here that are part of that team too?
Not around Jeff City. I don't think there's not a single one of my teammates is Jeff City. There's I think there's one Columbia guy who played at Hickman, who I knew through that and played on my club team. And then there's some guys from St. Louis who I played club with as well, so I know them a
Cool.
little bit. But other than that, it's quite a lot of just new faces, new
Yeah.
people. Heard a lot about these people from my teammates and at Columbia College, but other than that, it's all a bunch of brand new faces that I had to learn.
Speaking of Jefferson City teammates, we're going to go ahead and do a little throwback here. Remember that? Our cover issue, and that was way back in November, December of 2020. So there it was. That was a fun interview and photo shoot, and I can remember our photographer Katie getting down on the ground and telling you to basically kick the ball by her head and not hit her. And
I think I almost hit her, I'll be honest.
You were close.
I was pretty close.
She was a little concerned after that, but no, that was a great interview and photo shoot. We had a lot of fun. So hey, you're doing a fantastic job. I know Jay is just ramping up and gearing up with these last questions, getting closer and closer to what your dad instituted in the speed round. So we're gonna let Jay continue, and we're gonna get ready for that. And hold on, put your seatbelt on, Ethan, because it's coming.
Come on, it's coming. It is coming one time. Come on. Anyway, before we get into your individual accomplishment, I did want to ask about your team at Columbia College. What kind of accomplishments you guys had this year?
Yeah, so like I said, we went to nationals. We ended up falling in the semifinal round of nationals. We That was probably one of the biggest accomplishments because we've done that, done that last couple of years. So it's doing that back to back is really cool. It's shows that we're at a high level and we consistently stay at a high level. I think it's the biggest accomplishment we've had as a team.
Yeah, that's very cool. Now, heading into the individual accomplishment, uh, when you were selected, as the was that AMC um, Rookie of the Year, did you expect that? Was that just kind of out of left field? Like, talk to me, talk to us about that.
Yeah, no, I did not expect that at all. I remember when I found out about it, my dad just, he was on a phone call with my mother and I was just sitting on the couch or something. And he said, congratulations to me. And I was like, what do you mean congratulations? I didn't have any clue that I was getting it. And he told me about it and it was definitely shocking. I wasn't expecting it, but I was definitely proud to have earned it.
Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep, that's awesome. I mean, it's to be recognized like that, and to only be the seventh Cougar in school history to get that award. It's pretty special. So congrats to you. You definitely worked your tail off, Cougar tail. And so, anyways, good job, Ethan. Good job.
Thank you.
All right. Before we get into the speed round, I want to give you a chance. Do you have anything else on your mind that you'd like to share before we get into the speed round?
I just like to, I guess, just thank everybody, thank everyone that's helped me along the way. Thanks to my family. Thanks for all the coaches I've had, strength coaches, soccer coaches. Thanks to my coaches at Columbia College, Coach Klein, Coach Meg, Coach Powers. Thanks to coaches I have now, Coach Garza. I just say just thanks to everybody because, they're believing in me and they're investing time into my career. And I think that's all I got to say.
Very good. We do have one more question that we do want to ask before we do the speed round. What's ahead with soccer, and what have you learned that you're taking forward in the coming years?
I'd have to say the biggest thing I've learned is to really just worry about yourself. I think a lot of people, we tend to focus on the people around us, what they're doing well, what they're doing bad. I think the biggest thing I've learned is you really got to just worry about yourself, put your head down and work on your game, work on yourself. And if you could do that, you'll succeed and you won't have to worry about anybody else.
I love that. I love that philosophy, and I'm just going to incorporate it on this program. Jay Gill, you worry about yourself. I love it.
Oh,
That's
oh.
going to be, I'm
Man,
going to
I've
make that the
always,
new title. I'm going to put it across on a little ticker tape. Jay Gill, you worry about yourself.
hey, I'm so zoned in on myself. I got to make sure your game is
Okay.
up to par,
Okay.
Dad. Come on,
All right. All right. Hey, guess what time it is? Speed round time. Boom.
it's speed round time.
Are you ready?
All right, I'm ready.
Well, you
Ethan, are you
go.
ready?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
All
Oh
right,
yeah.
here
Oh
we
yeah. All
go.
right. We've given you so many off the script questions. I'm not too worried about this at
No, no
all.
problem.
So the whole idea of the speed round is just so our viewers can get to know you a little bit better. So some of these are just one word answers, some of these maybe one sentence answers, but I'll let you decide that. Now, Ethan, if you can't tell, I'm a foodie. I love to eat food. I'm a big food guy. So my first question I always have to go to, what is your favorite after game snack or meal?
Oh, I'd have to say rice. I love rice.
Rice? Like
Yeah.
just raw rice out of the box, out of the
Well,
bag?
no, I
Like,
like it
oh,
cooked.
oh well,
It's
Did you
full
see?
everything.
Did you see Jay's face? He
why?
looked so disappointed. He was
Just
waiting for
white
some form
rice?
of
Is
meat, and
it
you said
brown
rice,
rice?
and I thought Jay was going to
I
start
know.
crying.
Are you? I am gonna cry. Are you getting some steak in that rice? Like, what are you? Are you spicing this rice up? Like
No,
rice-a-roni? What kind of rice?
just normal rice, seasoned rice.
Just plain seasoned rice. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I have. That is, the most rice answer I've gotten on this show yet. All right, very good. Most people have junk food or something they look forward to, and you're like, no, I'm healthy. I like rice. Okay. I like steak with my rice, and you can hold the rice. Anyways, I'm sticking with food. What's your favorite food on campus? I've got to know. What's
Ugh.
on college that's real good?
So at the dining hall, I have to say I'm a big fan of the smoothie bar. They have a
Now
smoothie
we're
bar,
talking.
and I love the smoothie bar because I can just go in there, put a whole bunch of stuff together, blend it up, take it to go. It's definitely the most
Boom.
convenient and my favorite thing.
All right. I do love smoothies. What's your go-to flavors? What are you putting in there?
So probably strawberry banana. You gotta throw some spinach in there for a little bit of healthiness.
For sure. For sure. Have to. Now I love a good smoothie. I'm all in on that because the flavor is there.
Right.
Rice doesn't have flavor, so I don't know what to tell you, bud.
You
You
can put
gotta.
stuff in rice.
Okay. All right. I believe you. All right. Ethan, if you could teleport anywhere in the world right now, where would you want to go?
Barcelona, Spain.
Okay, you answered that super quick. Why is that?
That's my favorite soccer team. FC Barcelona plays there. So
Okay.
transport myself
Nice.
there, go watch a game.
Maybe play.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
There it is.
That's cool.
Oh, that is awesome. Cool. Ethan, what's one of your nicknames?
It's just E. That's it. E.
E.
People
E.
call me E.
I love it.
Yeah.
E. E. Get in the game. E. Come on.
What,
I like
Jay?
it. All right.
What's your nickname?
Uh, do you want me to be
Be nice.
appropriate?
Appropriate,
Okay.
please.
Beached whale.
I
Don't
have
spit your
never
water.
heard anybody but you call yourself that. Never heard anybody call you
The
that.
beached whale.
What
is
have
very
people
famous.
called you?
Since the 8th grade, Papa J. You can't help it. When you have a beard like this, it's Papa J. Come on. Come on.
Mine was Woody. Woody Woodpecker when I had red hair. Yeah.
And
Now I
since
don't.
you're
Now I
the other
switched
bird,
to
bald
another
eagle.
bird. Right, bald
That's
eagle.
right.
There you go.
Bald eagle. That's right. Caca, caca. All right.
That's a
Anyways,
crow. I don't know what.
you always say that. Anyways, here we go. So who can play soccer better, E or S? E or S, meaning your dad, Scott Blake. Come on.
What type of question is that? It's E, without a doubt. Not even a
E
competition.
without.
Not
That
even a
is what I wanted to
competition.
hear. That's what I wanted to hear. You hear that, Scott? E is ready to take over. He is taking the mantle. He is the superior Blake. He is the alpha Blake.
What if
Scott, he
mom
didn't
got?
mean
What
to
if
keep
mom got
pain.
involved? What if mom got involved?
Mom wins.
Okay, see, that's what I'm saying right there. That's
Amen.
a young man that knows
Amen.
what's up.
Scott, keep paying for gas. He needs it. All right. Finish the phrase. When I dance, I look like.
A turd.
Oh.
Terrible. I look terrible.
The
Nothing.
poop
I don't
emoji.
move.
Got it.
I don't move.
Okay.
I just stand there. I'm not very good at dancing.
Gotta
Just there.
get a little bit of the head going. Come on. I can teach you to dance. Don't you worry about that. Next time we're in the same room, I can teach you how to dance. All right. This is one of those philosophical questions. What do you wish you would have learned sooner in life?
To be mentally strong. Definitely be mentally strong. I struggled with that when I was a lot younger in my career, and I think if I learned that a little quicker, the transition to college wouldn't have been so difficult.
There you go. I like it. Anyone out there listening, that's the good advice right there. Be mentally strong. I like it. All right, Dad, come on.
All
I know you
right, I
got
guess I'm
something out of
okay. So we're gonna go back into Jay's food line here real quick. What is the worst smelling food you've ever eaten and actually liked it?
Worst smelling food that I've ever eaten and actually liked it? Oh man, I don't even know. I'd have to say like probably queso. When I used to eat
Queso,
queso.
queso does
Queso
have a
smells
yeah.
never smelled good to me, but it's good. So
It's good. Yeah, gotta
Except
eat lots of queso with lots of chips, right, Jay?
I I mean if you're on my type of diet, sure. Not if you're on E's diet. You can't do that.
All right. How many miles do you project that you run during a typical soccer game?
so I'm a central midfielder, so I'd say probably 3 to 5, depending on the game.
Okay. Wow. And that's during, I mean, how long is a typical match?
90 minutes.
90
So
minutes.
not necessarily probably running the entire time. You have walking and just moving into positions, but I definitely cover at least 3 miles during the game.
Okay. Here's one right here. Hardest you've ever been hit, and how did that happen?
Ah, man. I'd have to say the hardest I've ever been hit was like week 1 of preseason. The upperclassmen, they don't fail to show you, who's boss and put you in your place. And I'd say that was definitely the hardest time. I think I beat a defender on the dribble, and I was one-on-one with the goalie. And the guy that I beat just came out and just laid me out from behind. I landed on my neck. My head started bleeding. Oh, it was terrible.
Red card.
Wow, really?
Yeah, red card.
Wow. Get him out of the game. Like what in
Wow.
the world?
Man, that's
That's rough.
not cool.
Yeah,
welcome, teammate. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it
All
helped,
right. I'm sorry with the smell stuff here tonight, but your locker typically looks and smells like.
My locker's pretty neat, actually. I like my stuff put together so I know where everything is, so I don't, lose stuff. Never smells good. And you can't really do anything about that, but it's definitely neat.
Is there any? You don't need to name names, but is there a teammate that you have is like, dude, just go to the laundromat or something?
Yeah. Yeah, without a doubt.
All right. Yeah. It's typically locker rooms aren't good. Typically not. All right. Finish the sentence. If I had a beard as long as Jay's, I would nickname it
Fluffy.
Fluffy. There you go.
I love it.
That was great.
Me and
Fluffy.
me and Fluffy. I
All
love
right.
it.
All right, you're gonna have to. Here's another one. My celebration after a goal can best be described as what animal?
Ooh, is what animal? Probably a snail.
A snail.
Depending on the goal. If it's a big goal, I'll be, running around crazy. But if it's just a normal goal, I tend to just, give a point up and then just walk back. I don't
Okay,
do
and that's
anything too
that's
fancy.
very. We'll call that very classy. That is awesome. And speaking of
Very class A.
very classy. Speaking of that, we have come to the end of the speed round. You did an outstanding job, Ethan. We've really enjoyed this interview and had a lot of fun with you on here. I know your dad. He's probably got some other things that he would have wanted us to ask, but you know what?
Oh
He
yeah.
decided he didn't want to be on the program tonight, so that's okay. That's all right. We'll just have to. He'll just have to brag about you another time. Jay, we're going to let you go ahead and close out, and then Ethan, if you'll hold on here with us until after we're done, we appreciate you being on here with us tonight.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. So we had an absolute blast tonight with Mr. Ethan Blake, the Columbia College standout athlete. And if you want us to keep bringing awesome people on the show like Ethan, you know what you need to do. You need to subscribe to our show. You need to share our content, comment, and then like our page. Let us know you're there. And that way we can keep bringing you awesome people every Monday at 7 p.m. This is One Nation, a Sports Locker magazine extra. I'm the co-host, Jay, with his beard fluffy. And then and my host is the Bald Eagle. We love you guys. Have a great week. God bless.
Ethan, thanks for joining us. Everybody, thank you for being with us tonight. God bless you. We'll see you next week.